Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Fertilizer Matters podcast. My name is Huijun, editor of Asia Fertilizers. My colleague Yohanna Jing from Beijing and I recently attended the World Potash Conference in Golmud, China, and we are here to share with you takeaways and key interest topics that arose from the conference. Welcome to the show, Yohanna.
Thank you, Huijun.
So, Yohanna, maybe we can start by introducing the conference to our audience. What is the World Potash Conference and why is it significant to the potash market in China?
The World Potash Fertilizer Conference and Golmud Salt Lake Forum is organized by China Organic Salts Industry Association and the People's Government of Haixi, Mongolia, and Tibetan Autonomous Prefecture, and brings together key global and domestic producers and players in the potash, lithium, magnesium, and salt lake industries to discuss advancements in resource development, technological innovation, sustainable practices in mining, as well as to catch up on latest developments in the Chinese and global potash markets. It's held every 2 to 3 years.
Wow, that's very interesting. And it is held in the city of Golmud in Qinghai province, which is not as accessible as the first-tier cities of Beijing, Shanghai, or Guangzhou, but it does have something these cities do not have. The salt lakes, which are the natural resources where these mineral salts, including potash, are produced. It is also the headquarters of China's two largest domestic MOP producers, QHSL and Zhangge, each with 5 million tons per year and 2 million tons per year of MOP production capacity, respectively. So both of these producers operate in the Kahan Salt Lake, which is the largest salt lake in China that is located in Golmud. It was an eye-opener that we got to see the vast Kahan Salt Lake up close as part of a site visit trip on the last day of the conference. The lake was a brilliant shade of emerald green.
Yes, indeed. Also, we saw some very interesting developments taking place during the conference. The conference was held at a time when domestic Chinese potash prices had firmed to very high levels within a month or so. Ex-warehouse prices for portside 62% white powder MOP had increased to 3,500 Chinese yuan by 10th of July, up by 350 to 400 Chinese yuan from the prices in early June. As a result, major Chinese MOP suppliers agreed during the week of the conference to adjust prices lower for new MOP cargoes. The 7 major MOP importers, including Sino-Agri, Sinofert, and CNOOC, all agreed to lower their MOP prices in the domestic market to price levels in early June. And they had unanimously attributed recent price increases to traders' speculative behavior, which had driven prices up without clear fundamental support.
Yes, that was indeed a significant development taking place at the conference. China had signed its annual MOP contract at $346 per ton CFR with Russia's Uralkali on the 12th of June. But domestic MOP prices in China had continued to rise despite weak demand due to the off-season. Falling port inventories had created tight supply in the market and led to the recent spate of speculative trading. Latest port stock figures were at 1.77 million tons as of the 4th week of July, down by 75,000 tons on a week, and declined by 572,000 tons year on year. At the conference, we also got a lot of questions where import cargoes based on the new contract price will arrive.
Yes, that's correct. Market participants were also concerned with when and how much cargoes will arrive in the rest of the third quarter that are based on the new contract price, and if these arrivals can help to build up port stocks before the demand for winter storage sets in. Based on the latest trade data, MOP arrivals in the first half of 2025 fall by only 2% on the year, despite the absence of new contract, which was only concluded in mid-June. China received a total of 6.36 million tons in January to June, and there were fewer deliveries from Canada, Belarus, and Laos, which have offset import volume from Russia, Jordan, and Israel. The slight drop may be partly due to significant late deliveries under the 2024 contract, as well as higher real deliveries from Russia. Based on our estimates, China's MOP imports will likely increase in the coming months, and the earliest seaborne cargoes under the new contract should arrive by the end of August or early September.
That should help to stabilize domestic prices and ensure sufficient domestic supply. Well, it is not just the MOP market that has been affected. The downstream SOP prices have also been rising in the last 1 month due to firming MOP prices. As you know, MOP is a feedstock for Mannheim SOP production, of which China has significant production capacity. The recent surge in MOP prices had pushed SOP prices up by around 100 Chinese yuan per ton across June, and many Mannheim producers had to cut operating rates and stop new offers because of tight MOP supply. We have seen export offers for small bags of SOP climb to $640 to $650 per ton FOB, depending on the grade, as of mid-July, up from $20 to $30 per ton across June. But even now, Chinese suppliers have stopped offers for SOP in bags below 10 kg since mid-July.
Yes, you're right, Huijun. During the conference, we also heard news that custom inspection for fertilizers in small bags of 10 kg and below will be halted, which will impact SOP as most. Exports of MOP since last year have been in 9.5 kg bags, alongside other fertilizer products like urea and NPK and NPS. Some market participants were also later informed that a suspension will last till end of April next year, but we have yet to hear any confirmation from authorities regarding the latest development.
Well, what an eventful few days it has been with these significant developments taking place in the Chinese market, impacting both domestic prices and export availability. That really highlights the importance, especially for global market players, in keeping abreast with the dynamic changes in the Chinese fertilizer market. The other major topic of interest at the conference was about overseas potash projects. Johanna, could you tell us a little bit more about this?
Yes, sure. At the conference, players were generally interested to know developments in potash projects, especially those in Laos. As we know, the two China-backed potash projects in Laos, Lao Kaiyuan and Asia Potash, have been shipping MOP back to China and also gaining market share in Southeast Asia and other regions. There are several other China-invested projects in other regions in Laos, which are at various stages of development. But a recent announcement by the Laotian government on the 1st of July to hand over service, exploration, and implementation of potash projects in the capital city of Laos has generated some concerns among players at the conference.
Yes, indeed. We reported earlier this month that the Lao government will evaluate and inspect projects that have already been implemented, which will likely be that of Zhangge and Yun Tianhua's projects in Bentian. To our knowledge, Yun Tianhua has a 500,000 tons per year project that started commercial production at the end of last year, while Zhangge's 1 million ton per year project construction has been delayed to this year without a clear start date. As of now, there is still no clear confirmation on the status of these projects as a result of this governmental decision.
Yeah, that's correct. Well, it's obvious that the limited potash resources available within China, the long-term goal for Chinese fertilizer companies is to invest in overseas potash projects that can help to secure Chinese potash supply and support the growth in domestic consumption. In the era of increasing instability in the global supply chain, it becomes more important than ever to secure food self-sufficiency, and it has pushed China to prioritize this as one of its national strategies. China's push for greater self-sufficiency in grain production will continue to drive its domestic potash demand.
I agree. It will be interesting to follow China's investments in overseas potash projects in the long term and to see how China overcomes the challenges posed by its limited domestic potash resources. On a personal note, it has been an incredible eye-opener to attend the conference in Golmud and to meet with the various key importers there. And with that, we have come to the end of this episode. If you have any questions regarding China's potash market, please feel free to reach out to me or Yohanna directly. Thank you, Yohanna, for being on the show.
Thank you, Huijun, and bye, everyone.